Do you want your money to dream big? Do you want your money to be a self-starter? Are you annoyed that your money doesn't work hard enough? Don't worry. Betterment is here to help. Betterment is the automated investing and savings app that makes your money hustle. Their automated technology is built to help maximize returns, meaning when you invest with Betterment, your money can auto-adjust as you get closer to your goal. Rebalance if your portfolio gets too far out of line, and your dividends are automatically reinvested. That can increase the potential for compound returns. In other words, your money is breaking a sweat, while you can be breaking bread. You'll never picture your money the same way again. Betterment, the automated investing and savings app that makes your money hustle. Visit betterment.com to get started. Investing involves risk. Performance is not guaranteed.
Do I need to be frugal? No, not really. But I love it. Because when you respect money, when you honor money, no matter how much money you have, then your money turns around and honors you.
Are you ready to start living richer? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to the Live Richer podcast, hosted by Jamie Catmull, a podcast created for people to challenge and manage their ideas of wealth, culture, and money across the world, bringing you the best personal finance advice to make more, save more, and live richer. Now, here's your host, Jamie Catmull.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Live Richer podcast. I am super excited to have Suze Orman on the show today. She is amazing. She's a best-selling author, and she's a world-renowned personal finance expert who has personally helped me get control of my money and get out of debt. Coming up, she's going to share with us easy ways to get out of debt that anybody can follow, how we can save money for retirement. And Suze, let's just get right to it. I can't wait. I want to hear this. What is your number one money tip?
The number one money tip is very, very different than anything you're going to hear anyplace else. And the tip is this. I want all of you to understand the true role that money plays in your life. That money is simply a manifestation of who you are. You are the ones who have to go out and work for it. You are the ones that have to decide, are you going to save it, spend it, invest it? Money cannot do anything without you. If you drop a $20 bill as you are walking down the street, it cannot scream to you and say, wait, come back, pick me up. So therefore, you have to understand that money is simply a physical manifestation of who you are. You have manifested it. And if something is going wrong with your money, that means that something is going wrong with you, because you and your money are one. And I know that may sound a little like, oh my God, what is Suze talking about? After 40 years of probably working with money more than any other financial pundit out there, I'm here to tell you that I know this for a fact. That money can teach you more about yourself than anything else. And when you have a feeling like something's going wrong, it probably is. And it also will show up in your money. In what way? Debt. In what way? No emergency funds. All kinds of ways. So if you can just truly understand that you and your money are one, and you have to look within to see why you are doing without, and that is where you will find the answer, because you can never fix a financial problem with money. I am here to tell you that. I know that for a fact. So that would be the tip, the number one tip that I wish all of you would follow.
Suze, thanks for sharing that money tip with us. It's so insightful, and it even makes me sit here and reflect on why I'm doing what I'm doing with my own money and to really figure that out. And after this podcast, I'm actually going to sit down and really think about it. Now, what about those people who are in retirement right now, who are spending their money at this time and not making money? How can they save more?
You know, it's so funny. You asked me, what expenses should people cut in retirement and why? And I would tell you, it's not just in retirement that you should cut this expense. I'm just going to really talk about one, but there's one expense that happens over and over and over again. And that expense is eating out. For you to have money, you have to learn to live below your means, but within your needs. Remember that I just said that. How do you do that? You do that by simply purchasing needs versus wants. What is a need? Need is food that you buy at a grocery store. What is a want? A want is going out to eat at a restaurant and doing it over and over again. Just a very quick story. A few years ago, it was like 2009, 2010, I was on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and I asked Mint.com, which was a very wonderful financial app at the time, what was the number one debt that people had on their credit cards, especially when they couldn't pay their credit cards off in full. And the answer to that was going out to eat. So I go on the Oprah Winfrey Show. I write a book about this, by the way. It's called 2010 Action Plan. And essentially what I say is that if you really want to save money, try not eating out for 6 months. Well, the restaurant industry went absolutely bazooey. But after that, do you know how many people wrote in? And they said to me, oh my God, Suze, we've saved so much money, I can't even tell you. I myself obviously am a very, very wealthy woman. And the very last thing I would think about doing is going out to eat. Just saying.
Suze, that is such great advice. It seems so simple, but actually sometimes it's really hard not to eat out. I mean, I don't know if all of us have as much willpower as you, but I know after listening to your first number one money tip that we'll be able to figure that out and be able to actually not eat out and save money. We're not all in the same position financially. So what can anyone do when it comes to building wealth, no matter what their financial position is?
You know, the top tip for building wealth, it's a very easy one, which is to spend less and earn more. To really, really look at what you have coming in versus what you have going out. To absolutely set a little bit of money aside every single month, especially when you are younger, to take advantage of compounding. To take advantage of a Roth retirement account over a traditional retirement account, no matter what tax bracket you happen to be in. If you really want to not just build wealth, but keep the wealth that you build. One of the biggest mistakes you will make is if you opt for a retirement account that gives you a tax write-off versus a retirement account such as a Roth that allows you to invest with after-tax dollars. So I want you to think about that. Think about that. If you can't understand that and you don't believe what I'm saying to you, go to the Women in Money podcast, my podcast, listen to the April 21st podcast, and I'm here to tell you, after you listen to that podcast, you will never put money in a pre-tax retirement account again, no matter how wealthy you are, the tax bracket you're in, no matter anything, you're not going to do it.
So everyone, you need to listen to Suze. Go to her April 21st podcast and listen to it. And also make sure that you have a tax-free account that you're putting your money in when it comes to your retirement savings. Now, Suze, what is the strategy for a person to be prepared during an emergency?
Listen, if you're listening to me right now and you do not have an emergency savings account, because the truth of the matter is 75% of the people in the United States do not have at least $400 in savings for an emergency. If you do not have that, then I am telling you the best way to go about doing it is to go to myalliant.com, myalliant.com, and open up an ultimate opportunity savings account. This is where you put in $100 a month, and you put it in every single month for 12 consecutive months. And at the end of 12 months, Alliant will give you $100, along with the fact that your money will be making about 3.1% in interest while it's in there. Listen, if you can't continue doing it, fine. Doesn't cost you anything. You can take your money out whenever you want, but if you leave it in there and you do it, what's going to happen is you are going to learn that it's easier to save than you think. And when you realize that you can do it, you continue to do it. And before you know it, $1,200 turns into $2,400, turns into $5,000, and $5,000 turns into $10,000. So you start saving. Disclosure, Alliant Credit Union is the sponsor of the Women in Money podcast, but I do not make 1 cent for any account that happens to be open there and where you do that. So it's just something that you should do. Also, I just have to say this. If you're listening to this before June 5th, which happens to be my birthday, if you go to myalliant.com, you will see right there, take the Smart Start quiz for 2024, 5 questions. Just see how you're doing. But they will ask you then for your email to send you the results that you will have already seen. But if you simply fill that out with a legitimate email, you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to open an account at Alliant to do this. You can just do that on June 5th. When this ends, one email will be absolutely selected. And guess what? That person will win $5,000. So that's really a great way to start building for your future and learning about money. But little by little, just start doing it month in and month out.
I really love the advice that you should save month to month, little by little to reach your goal. I love that. And I suggest to all of you guys follow that. I know I do that personally when it comes to reaching my financial goals. I do them by small little increments in order to get to that big goal. So Suze, now that I have you one-on-one, I want to get a little personal. Here you are, this woman with all this money. Do you have any frugal money habits? And if so, why do you do them?
I have a lot of frugal habits. The main one I talked about earlier, I really do not like to spend money to go out to eat. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's so much money, and why? Now, obviously, at times I have to. Maybe I'm not at home. Maybe I'm at a hotel. Maybe who knows? So I have to do it at that point in time. But normally, I don't like to do it. Also, I keep a car when I buy a car for at least 10 to 12 to 15 years or longer. Right now, I am going on the 12th year that I have owned my car, and I have no plans of getting rid of that car for years to come. And I again do this. Why? That's what allows me to save money. I don't buy a car every 3 years like most of you do. I don't lease a car for every 3 years like many of you do. Simply to drive a car to impress people you don't even know or like at a stop sign with money you probably don't even have. I wear the same clothes over and over again. If you look at the jewelry that I wear, It is the same necklace that I have worn since 1994. How do you know that? Look at my You've Earned It, Don't Lose It book, and you'll see it on me. And the picture for that book was taken in 1994, and the book came out in 1995. My earrings are the identical earrings from way back when. My rings are the same rings. So I don't spend money on jewelry. I'm very frugal that way. I wear the same jewelry over and over again. I have one purse. And that purse dates back to 1993, everybody. And so I don't spend all this money on purses. Those are just some of the frugal habits that I have. And do I need to be frugal? No, not really. But I love it. Because when you respect money, when you honor money, no matter how much money you have, then your money turns around and honors you.
And Suze, you have honored us with all your wisdom and great advice. And I want to tell you, my listener, take Suze's advice and go out there and live richer.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Before you go, we'd love for you to subscribe to our show to catch all of our updates. Also, we want to hear from you. What are your burning questions about money and how to live your best life? Reach us at livericherpod at gobankingrates.com.
Do you want your money to dream big? Do you want your money to be a self-starter? Are you annoyed that your money doesn't work hard enough? Don't worry. Betterment is here to help. Betterment is the automated investing and savings app that makes your money hustle. Their automated technology is built to help maximize returns, meaning when you invest with Betterment, your money can auto-adjust as you get closer to your goal. Rebalance if your portfolio gets too far out of line, and your dividends are automatically reinvested. That can increase the potential for compound returns. In other words, your money is breaking a sweat, while you can be breaking bread. You'll never picture your money the same way again. Betterment, the automated investing and savings app that makes your money hustle. Visit betterment.com to get started. Investing involves risk. Performance is not guaranteed.